Slowflake here, coming at you live from the Plasma Frigate. And of course, Hugh's too much of a pussy to finish off all these grunts by himself, so he needs a hand, so let's give him a said hand. I switched my lead to Excadrill off-screen because there were just so many poison Pokemon in the last part, and yeah, it was a pretty good call, except for the whole coughing, levitating thing. You know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna Earthquake the shit out of that Grimer. I don't care if Dewott lives or dies, because he's got more Pokemon for backup anyway, so let's just kill everything! Since I can afford to do it, it's just one battle, there's not even gonna be a need for infinite healing, motherfucker. So, yeah. Coughing goes down from a Water Pulse. I didn't expect that Dewott to be so strong, but whatever. So, Watchog and Eradicate, well, you know what? Kill everything again! But yeah, that Dewott not really on par with Sharon Stoutland, who lived an Earthquake from Excadrill in that double battle with over half of its health remaining. Yeah, that thing was pretty freaking sturdy, if I do say so myself. So, at this rate, I won't be able to protect the Plasma Frigate? Well, methinks you already failed to do that. So, all of the grunts went down, so I guess Hugh was right in asking them to call for backup, because they are 12 grunts in total, and they lost to the 3 of us. But, unfortunately, we won't be able to find out anything before Zinzolin arrives. This is that one sage that was, yeah, as I was about to say, he was the one who was shivering in the cold storage in the last game, and he was such a moron that he returned there in the post-game. But wait, it gets a whole lot better later in this game. So Zinzolin, once again, hinting that they will once more use the legendary Dragon-type Pokemon in order to take over Unova. And suddenly ninjas enter the Shadow Triad, which didn't do a whole lot in the last game, but they are actually much more active this time because they have magic teleportation powers! I was about to say towers there, but yeah, they can somehow teleport people at will wherever they want. But yeah, apparently they've gone from just talking machines to guys with superhuman powers in the last 2 games, which is going to come into play a lot. It's going to be very annoying for me, I'm sure. Anyway, Sharon is trying to make sense of what Zinzolin just said, and Reshiram and Zekrom aren't in Unova anymore. But what we are not supposed to know at this point yet is that there is a 3rd legendary dragon type, which is Kyurem. And considering it's the Pokemon that's on the box of the game, odds are he's talking about Kyurem anyway. So, now that we are out of the Team Plasma Frigate, we can now finally go catch Volcarona. So I am going to make my preparations right now, and for the first time, I'm going to use that bagfuck street that I built in order to get myself some goods. Well, aside from the raffle shop, which I go to regularly, but other than that, this is the first time. So I'm going to be buying 36 Moo Moo Milks. That's a lot. I cannot buy less, but hey, I get a 10% discount on them since this Join Avenue here is at level 11, so I saved $1,800, which is almost the cost of 4 of these Moo Moo Milks. And besides, this is going to be a pretty long LP, so I might end up using Moo Moo Milks every now and again, especially at the Elite Four. So, I got a few medals here to get. Hard Cycling, which is for cycling a lot, I imagine. Moderate customer for buying stuff at the Join Avenue. Non-effective artist for using a lot of not very effective moves. Drift Veil Mightiest, probably for beating the Drift Veil tournament. This one is Avenue of Fame, probably for getting a Join Avenue to level 10. But yeah, that one I got for buying stuff at the Join Avenue. As I said, it's probably for the raffle shop, since those Moo Moo Milks that I bought, that was the first time that I used the Join Avenue for anything else. So, now that my team is healed after the ordeals of the Team Plasma Frigate, I am going to deposit my Zorua in the box. The reason for that is because I want a free slot in my party to be able to examine my Volcarona's nature on the spot, so that if I have to restart because it's adamant or some shit, then I won't have to go all the way back to town in order to see my nature. I can just see it right there, right then and there, and it won't be a problem. Now, in Driftvale, there is one more thing that I want to do before heading off, and, nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to head over to this guy and buy a bunch of Dusk Balls. Now, I'm going to buy 30, I think, yeah. It may seem like a lot, especially for a non-legendary like Volcarona, but even if I have a lot of leftover balls, they're going to come in handy for the legendaries anyway. So, now that this is done, we can head into the second part of the Relic Passage that we could not go to before. It's right over here. Does this guy say the same thing as last time? Yes. So yeah, it's connected to the Castelia sewers, as I said last time I talked to this guy. Now, what I'm going to do here, I am going to go as quickly as I can through this place. I'm not going to fight any trainers whatsoever. I am, however, going to fight some of these wild Pokemon. The reason for that is because, well, I'm planning on using Lilligant exclusively to catch Volcarona. Excadrill won't come into play at all, so Excadrill will be able to get in some of that valuable experience, especially since, well, Boldors are evolved Pokemon. They get and they give out more experience than other Pokemon in the area, which are still unevolved. Aside from, I think there are Girders in this place as well, but there are also Woobats and other stuff. But okay, finally, I'm able to nail one of these earthquakes. That Boldor was putting up a lot of resistance thanks to that one mud slab. So yeah, for now I'm going to be blitzing through this place, avoiding the trainers as much as possible, and I think, yeah, the entrance to the next part was over there. I was about to go the wrong way there. Fortunately, I remember the layout of this place a little, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem to get to Volcarona. But yeah, I'm going to come back here and do a proper visit of this part of Relic Passage once I have caught Volcarona and toughened it up a little at the sports stadiums in Nimbasa. Now, something that I want to get to real quick. Many of you might be perplexed by my pick of Volcarona for this LP. After all, it's known for having a very slow start, especially in terms of level-up moves. Fortunately, that's what TMs and move tutors are for. So, what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to catch Volcarona, and after that, I am going to go to the move relearner, override Fire Spin with Ember, since I like it a little bit better, and I'm going to teach it a Signal Beam via the move tutor in Driftvale, so at least it has one reasonably strong move. But don't let the low power mislead you. Ember coming from Volcarona, trust me, because I used it in my last playthrough as well. It still hurts like hell for an Ember. If I may use an analogy, it's like a squirt gun that shoots solar flares. Oh man, that sucked. I have to get here from the other side if I want to get into the basement of the Relic Castle, so I'm gonna have to go all the way around this place. When I said I remembered the layout of this place, I said it was roughly, I didn't remember the location of all the strength boulders for one, which I didn't expect to be that much of a problem because I have strength to start with. But yeah, that was pretty trollish of Game Freak to have set it up like that, so I have to go all the way around. But back to what I was saying, I'm going to make do with a Signal Beam and Ember until I reach Lacunosa Town, which is no longer a post-game area, but it's on the way to Opelucid City, which is now the 7th gym in this game. I'm going to buy the Fire Blast TM in Lacunosa and give it to Volcarona. So that, well, at least it's going to have something better than Ember. Of course, it's a bit on the inaccurate side, doesn't have a whole lot of PP. But given the choice between Ember and Fire Blast, I'm pretty sure everyone would take Fire Blast anytime anyway. And then there's going to be the Giga Drain Tutor at Humilau City. And I'm going to get Flamethrower on Route 23 as well. And I'm also going to get... come on, stop looking this... I hate it when all you do is change direction. Not even change tile, change direction. And you get thrust into a random battle. And here I was just about to blitz past that Psychic, but nope! Wild Woobat gotta interrupt my fun. But anyway, I'm also going to be getting Quiver Dance before the Elite Four, so by the time I get to the Elite Four, I'm going to have the very respectable moveset of Flamethrower, Signal Beam, Giga Drain, and Quiver Dance. So, yeah, it's a bit of a slow start, but it's not as dismal as most people think. Anyway, here's where you can get a Sunstone if you need an extra. So, in this room here, this is where Volcarona is. Now I'm going to save real quick in case this drags on. Okay, now that I'm ready, I'm going to change my lead to Lilligant, and let's rumble! Now, Volcarona makes Lilligant its bitch. Needless to say. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Sleep Powder and hope to God it works, and it does. So now that this is done, I am going to spam Quiver Dance as much as possible until it wakes up. So, 1 Quiver Dance! And it remains asleep, which is going to allow me to get the second one. 2 Quiver Dances! And special attack Rose, special defense Rose, speed Rose, still asleep. 3 Quiver Dances! Now it's probably gonna wake up. Yep, Fire Spin, let's see how much damage it deals. Holy crap, 24, that's still a lot after 3 Quiver Dances, need I remind you? So let's see how much Giga Drain is going to do after still almost nothing. Well, it has a quadruple weakness to Giga Drain, hence why using Quiver Dance was a very good idea as well. Anyway, chip damage from Fire Spin is going to stack up over time, so I'm going to put it to sleep again and get in a few more Quiver Dances, because clearly 3 was not enough. So, some more chip damage. Let's use Quiver Dance again. 4 Quiver Dances! And, oh, it woke up already! The String Shot lowers speed a bit, not that it matters, because not only am I faster, but I use Quiver Dance a lot. Chip damage again. 5 Quiver Dances! Don't know why I didn't put it to sleep before doing it, but anyway, Gust. It's not stat, so let's see how much this does. Okay, this is a little better, so let's put it to sleep. Stop avoiding my moves. Fire Spin, reactivate it again. So, now I'm down to 38 HP. This has got to work. No, at least it decides to be stupid and use String Shot instead of Fire Spin or Gust again. Oh, God. Now this really needs to hit, otherwise I might be in a bit of trouble. Here we go. So, I'm going to use Giga Drain again now and see... Oh, God. I forgot about the chip damage. This is going to come back and bite me in the ass eventually. So, still not a whole lot. Wow. This is kind of sad in a way. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try and catch it because its HP is starting to get decently low. Its catch rate is 15, which is half of that of Dialga and Palkia for comparison's sake. But nope, not even close. So it wakes up, uses Fire Spin, And this is gonna leave me in the red. Okay, but at least there's no more chip damage, so Sleep Powder is going to hit. So now it's gonna be Moo Moo Licious Moo Moo Milk time!